previous Santa Fe Sport really had a almost minivan-like impression. And with the new design, we wanted it to say proudly, "I am an SUV." To achieve that, we've done a few things on the side particularly, one of which is to make the beltline much more stable. The previous car's beltline was really raked, whereas the new one is much more horizontal and it runs smoothly into the cowl with the windscreen pushed back and more upright. This gives the car a much stronger, more purposeful appearance. It also makes the hood seem longer, which makes it much more powerful. At the front of the vehicle, we've made some changes as well. Along with the shorter dash-to-axle, we've sort of compacted the front overhang and changed the overall impression of the vehicle. The previous car was leaned back, whereas the new one has a much more purposeful stance, like a linebacker, pushing forward into the wind. Here at the front of the car, we have our signature cascading Hyundai grille. In this instance, it's more upright and has a very strong chainmail texture in it. We've emphasized the width with a chrome element that bridges the DRL lamps in the corners with the grille in the middle. The headlamps are now stacked, with the functionality separated between the upper DRL and the lower main combi unit. And next to the combi lamp, we have a functional air curtain. Here's where we show the power in the car. We have this nice, strongly bulged fender flare, and we've achieved that by actually having an undercut here that lets us pull the fender out a little bit more so that it looks a little bit stronger. The mirrors are now mounted on the body, so instead of having a big black triangle here, we have an extra window allowing more visibility from the inside. At the back, we're also emphasizing the width of the vehicle. To do that, we stretched the lamps out as far as we could and bridged them with a chrome trim similar to the front. We've also divided the lamp functionality to let us make the lamps really thin. The lower fascia has a rugged off-road appearance. On the interior, the main theme was inspired by an A-frame wave that comes around and breaks behind the Navi screen. This allowed us to push the rest of the instrument panel down as low as possible to give a wide open feel when you're sitting in the car. This also allows surprise and delight features like the open bin above the glove box door. As you look around the rest of the interior, you can see we've applied interesting textures and materials throughout. You can see the contrast stitching both on the doors, seats, and on the instrument panel really emphasizes the quality that we've put into the vehicle. In the door panel, the speaker grille has an embossed geometric pattern that was inspired by orthographic projections of mountains. The fabrics that we've put into this vehicle are more like ones you would find in your home than what you'd normally find in a typical automotive interior. You can see that on the headliner and on the fabric trimmed version of the interior. We've immersed the driver in technology with available 7-inch cluster and 8-inch display for the Navi screen. In the back seat, the lower belt line makes it much easier for rear seat passengers, especially small ones, to see out of, something my kids will really appreciate. Thank you for joining me on this tour of the new Santa Fe today. If there's one thing I'd like you to remember is that the Santa Fe is now an SUV.